Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to analyze all the stocks to find out the potential candidates for naked buying for calls and puts, also the potential ones for the spreads. So let's start the analysis. So this was India Mart chart. It was a good candidate for buying calls. However, it has already been up for so many days, and now it's reaching the declining 200 MA. So we'll wait for the right setup in this one. No pattern as of now on this. It is already up. Sun TV is also looking good. 20 period and 50 period moving averages are aligned, and prices are also above 200. However, we should wait for the right setup. GMR has given a good breakout with good volume. However, no setup as of now. Okay, we will move on to the next one. Good breakout, but it looks rejected. Rani already moved up. So it looks that so many stocks have already been moved up, from many days. The stocks looks like, pulling back. However, it came back down almost to its bottom. So just move on to the next one. No pattern. No pattern as of now. HDFC looks, after this rejected red bar, and it's a gap down day. Let me just. So it looks like a gap down and rejected bar here. However, we have the next day which moved up and closed at its high. So it looks like that kind of some bullish pattern is forming, but we have to wait. Already up. I think ITC could be a good candidate for the put spread here below this bar. Yes, because if you can see the weekly chart, it has again given a good breakout from this small consolidation here. So below this bar here, which is, let me just see the below. So the low of this candle is 308.85. So 308 and 306 could be a good bull put spread for this candidate. M&M already up. Now, the reason that I'm not giving, the put spread in all these stocks is mainly because these are, monthly expiring stocks. We don't have weekly expiry in these stocks. So, and this is just the beginning of the month. So we should wait for these spreads in these stocks at least. So what I'm majorly looking for is the, naked buying of calls and puts. I think that would be better idea to enter in the stock as of now. However, if it is half month or we are in the third or last week of the month, we would definitely have tried to find out the put spreads or the call spreads. So just move on to the next one. LNT. LNT has given a breakout here, but this bar has failed to close at its high, so it has taken some sort of rejection. So let it form more bullish patterns here, then we'll analyze it again. No pattern. AB Capital rejected bar. Alani Ports, no pattern. Cement. This is kind of a good bar. It has taken the low of this doji bar here, and then it came back up. So this looks that there are bulls at these lower levels, which is around 405. But still, we should wait for the confirmation. Already up. Okay, so OFSS is very nicely in a down move, and we have this is a slowing momentum bar after this move down. So let's wait for some sort of signal in this stock. Let's see where this stock wants to go. Let's move on to the next one. No pattern. No pattern. Already up. Okay. Very nice pro gap down on high volume. I think this should move again to the downside. Can you see this huge red bar in the weekly and monthly time frame? So, although it's a very powerful bar to the downside, but I have mentioned in my previous videos that, these kind of wide range bars are the weakest links on the chart as well, because they do not have any kind of resistance to the upside. So let's say if prices make this, or call it a short term bottom, and then it starts to move back up, then we will not have any sort of resistance to stop the prices. So I think this stock PEL can become a good candidate for buying put if it makes a new high, and then it will again starts to come down. That would be more like a good candidate for put, because in that scenario it will definitely gonna trap the buyers. Move on to the next one. Already up. Axis, no pattern. Okay, no pattern as of now. Nice rejection on the declining 20 MA, but no pattern as of now. SDFC, we have to wait. Okay, so very nice kind of base has formed after this powerful move to the downside. We have a -1 to 3 pattern, or a bearish 1 to 3 pattern on weekly. So if it breaks below this 20 MA on Monday, we will definitely buy the low of first 15-minute candle. So watch it. So guys, just keep this stock in the watch list for buying put, but it has to either gap down or give a very strong momentum, which should clear this 200 MA also, because there are chances that if it will come down here, it may take support on the 200 MA. However, the kind of patterns or the market structure we are seeing on the weekly and monthly time frames, it doesn't look that it will take support. It should come down. No pattern. Next one is Federal Bank. Okay, stock is in the up move, but now we have the slowing momentum bar here. This is a very nice rejection bar, but it doesn't mean that prices may come down. So we'll wait for the right pattern here. when you scan these stocks on a daily basis, you get an idea of that what kind of sectors or stocks are working and what are not, who all are not working. NTPC, no pattern as of now. Kotak Bank. Okay. If Nifty Bank starts to move up, Kotak Bank might give a very nice breakout here. So what we can do is let's just mark this level here. And what we do is the high of this candle here is 1929. So we'll go and set the alert at 1930. Now the alert will tell me that when to go in this stock. No pattern, Grasim, no pattern. So we'll select only the best ones here, because when you buy the naked calls and puts, you have to be directionally correct. Because if your stock doesn't move, that theta will eat up all your premium and will get nothing. Next one here. No pattern. Atul. No pattern as of now. Either looks good, but no pattern as of now. SBI card, MGL. It is APL looks good. No, below the 20 and 50 averages, even below the 200, down in weekly and monthly as well. So this looks like a good, put candidate. So what it has to do is it has to break below this base here. So let's just mark this base here, and this is around 641. So what we do is we just set the alert at 642. Put it wrongly. That's correct. So if it breaks below this, support here, we'll definitely buy the naked put. Keep this stock in your watch list. The next one is Bajaj Finance. No pattern. SBIN. No pattern. Already up. IGL. The ejection bar. After this strong base and this up move here, but we'll keep this in the watch list. So keep the IGL in the watch list. If it clears these highs, so we'll set an alert as well. So let's keep the alert at 430. Rain, no pattern. Again, no pattern. ECS, nice, gap down after this move, and it should move up, and but it moved up only for one day and then again came back down. So let's see, it might it might retest the low of this candle here, and then we'll start to move back up. Let's wait in TCS. Okay, IDFC looks a good candidate for call, but it has to clear this high here. Just mark this high. This is around 69, so let's set alert for 70. So if it crosses 70 on Monday, we'll buy the high of 15-minute chart. So what does this mean is that on Monday, let's say prices either gaps up or clears when it will clear this high, right? This high here. So when it will cross above the first 15-minute candle or the first 15-minute, or the first 3 bars of 5 minute, then we'll buy the call, because we are still in the beginning of the month, so we have a lot of time in our favor. So buying call would be a nice thing in IDFC, because it has given a breakout here on a high volume. So it looks like that prices are just consolidating here, and the reason of consolidation here is because it has already been moved up and reached back to this previous high or the previous resistance level. So which is the reason that sellers are a little bit active at these levels again. But I think the way the pattern has been formed and the way it has been moving up, it might clear this high. But it is very important for the stock to cross above this area. Only then we will buy the call. So just let's move on to the next one. This is one of my favorite stock, Tata Consumer, because I bought the call on the same breakout day and I made good profits on this stock. So I bought the naked call and it gave me handsome returns, because when it gave the breakout, it was on the good volume as well. The volume is, if you can see, it is not a very high volume, but it is, if you just eyeball it, it is more than the recent volume here. But the next day it is consolidating, or it has given a very small body candle. So that tells us that it still have the potential to move up, but we'll wait for the pattern. One reason that we are scanning only the FNO stocks is because we get the leverage here, which you will not get on the spot or the cash stocks. So these are optionable stocks, and we can buy the stocks even if we have a small trading account or the underfunded trading account. We can buy out of the money calls and puts to utilize the potential these stocks have. So which is why we are scanning the FNO stocks. Mindtree, no pattern. Okay, Oro Pharma looks a good candidate for the put. However, if we look at the monthly chart, and the stock looks quite extended to the downside, and on that weekly it is near the support area, the previous support. So although it looks good for the downside movement, but will not we will not buy the put until and unless it will give us some more bearish strong pattern. Next one here, no pattern. Some of the stocks I found good for the call, the bear call and bull put spreads. However, as I mentioned, this is just the beginning of the month, so we will not go for the spreads as of now. Until an analyst candidate is a really strong for the spread trade. So, well, mainly looking what we are looking for is the buying of options. Now, of course, if you are someone who knows the options trading, you can convert the naked buying into a bull call or a bear put. That depends on you if you have a budget. But for the low budget traders, we can go for the naked buying. Okay, this power grid looks like a good candidate for buying put. Now, it has given a breakout here. If you can see, let me just mark this for you. Where is the pen here? Okay, so if you can see this bar here, this was a good breakout. However, it got failed. So this is a breakout failure bar. And then we have, this very nice bearish candle, which was immediately reversed, right? And then we have this range expansion green bar, which eventually turned out to be as bottom topping tail bar, which means that sellers were quite active on this candle. And now we have a bearish day, which has even taken out the low of this support, because this is a pivot bar here and this bar here. So it looks that sellers are quite active and prices do have some void to the downside until it reaches to the rising 50 MA. If you can see on the weekly chart, if it on Monday it opens and breaks this flat 20 MA, there is nothing to the downside which can stop prices to move down below, which means we do not have any support level here, right? On monthly, we can see that prices were very nicely in the up move, but now they do not have any strong support to the left. So if we have, in case prices starts to move down with heavy selling, then we might, get a good returns by buying the put. So it looks like the prices might clear all this support here. So now, if you can see on the hourly chart, it's a nice distribution kind of pattern as well. So on Monday, if prices opens and breaks below this red bar, and on weekly, if it breaks below this 20 MA, because this 20 MA might act as a support. However, it is not an actual support. We only believe in the prices. These are just the subjective lines. So if it breaks below it, then we'll definitely buy the 15-minute low put for, and we will trail it. because we have a lot of time. Now let's move on to the next one. So keep the power grid in your watch list. Let's move on to the next one. Again, a nice candidate for buying put MRF, but it has to clear this base here. And if it moves down, we can buy put. We have void on the weekly and monthly, but we need to be a little bit careful because we have rising 50 MA approaching to the prices. So we cannot overstay our welcome on this stock. So if you buy put and if you get the desired result, let's get out of the stock when you when the nice time, when there is an appropriate time to move out. Let's move on to the next one. Let's just go back to ABB for a second. Okay, I know averages are very nicely lined up, but if you can see on the hourly, prices look little bit extended to the upside. However, the moving average tells us that prices are not that much extended, but we do not have any support until this level here, which is around 3197. So, if prices starts to move back down or breaks below these levels here, then we can buy put for a short period of time and book profit. The monthly and weekly, although looks a little bit extended, so we can take advantage of it if on Monday, prices open maybe higher or in the range, but if it breaks below this bar here, then definitely we'll buy the put below the 15-minute low. So let's move on to the next one here. Let's move on to the next one. If we go back to the Muthoot, one second. Nice base here, but prices are near to this weekly support. If it breaks below this support, we can definitely buy a put for this month because prices are down in all the time frames, daily, weekly, monthly. But then let's wait for the prices to clear this support in the weekly also. A very nice bearish setup in IEX. So prices are in the downside in daily, weekly, and monthly. Monthly even looks extended to the upside, and now prices are moving down. We have a consolidation in the monthly, so this looks that prices might break to the downside here, and we are near support. So if on Monday prices breaks below and clear the weekly support, we'll definitely buy the put. So what we do is we mark this low here and we set the alert at 155. Now prices will clear these lows, we'll buy the put. Nice bearish setup in Balkrishna. We have void in weekly and monthly also. So if it clear these low, which is yes, the low is around 1975. So if it clears this low, so let's just set the alert. We'll buy the put. Will 1975. Because prices are below the averages in all the higher time frames and they are in a down move, and we have the void as well. So most of the things are aligned to the bearish side. That's why it made this candidate a potential candidate for buying puts. Let's move on to the next one. A beautiful setup in Biocon to the downside. Prices are below all the moving averages and in the downtrend in all the time frames. So on Monday, if prices moves below, we'll buy the 15-minute lows. Just keep this stock in your watch list. Move on to the next one quickly. Okay, so that's it in this video. Hope you have learned something and enjoyed the session. And I also hope that you have added all those stocks in your watch list. So let's see where the market opens. I may create another video on Nifty and Bank Nifty to analyze where markets could open on Monday. So that's it in this video. Thanks for your time. Take care. Good night.